Hey everyone, Melanie Muenchinger here, illustrator for Gina K Designs. I am so excited to presenting my newest set from Gina K Designs for you, Women of Faith. So this is a long time coming. The main image in this set is this beautiful silhouette of a woman I created 6 years ago. And if you can see, there's a little faith, hope, and love hidden in her hair. So I'm really excited to be adding this faith-based set to our Gina K catalog. And I hope that if you're watching this on Thursday, you'll be able to join us at our release party tonight on Stamp TV at 7 p.m. That's when the set and the other sets and products that we're offering this month go live, and we'll be having a party with all of our fans and customers and seeing lots more samples with this set from the design team. I want to go ahead and share how I created this ethereal background using distress inks and a distress sprayer. And I am so excited to do more inky techniques in the next few weeks with this silhouette, as well as the other images that you have here. I don't want to show you too much today because I want some surprises for the party tonight, but it's so much more than just a traditional black silhouette. So you will see that in upcoming videos. But the products that we're going to use today, in addition to the Women of Faith set, I've got these Distress Oxide inks that you can purchase in Gina's store. So we're using the Salty Ocean, the Peacock Feathers, the Picked Raspberry, and the Seedless Preserves. We're using the brand new Gina K Designs Jet Black Amalgam ink, and this is going to make all those really crisp designs and details in these images show up. We've got the Distress Sprayer. This is just filled with a little bit of water. You could use a large block for that image, the silhouette image. This is the 3x4 blocks that Gina sells, and this is the 4x6 block. I'm going to be using this as my palette for kind of like a piece of acetate when you do the smack and acetate technique with those Distress Oxide inks, but I'm going to be doing my stamping with the MISTI. So I like the mini MISTI for this, and the advantage to that is that if you do miss any of that detail, you don't get it as bold. Or after you have done your inky background, if you want to go back over the greeting or the silhouette just to make it extra dark, this is going to allow you to do that because of the placement. The cardstock that I'm using today, I've got some of the Gina K Pure Luxury Blue Lagoon. This is an A2 size base. Then I've got just some of the black Onyx, and this is 4 inches by 4 5/8. And then the white piece I have here, you could use the layering weight, the heavy base weight, or because I'm using the Distress Oxide inks today and some water, I'm going to go ahead and use some of the Artist Choice because it's just really going to grab that color more and be a lot more vibrant on that background. The markers that I'm using today, I have got the Spectrum Noir BT4, the TB3, the TB4, the BT6, the PL3, and the CR5 for those butterflies. I forgot to say, just make sure you have an extra little scrap of white paper for adding as many butterflies as you want to make that card dimensional. Then I've just got some foam squares for popping those up, a little bit of tape adhesive, some scissors, and then I've got a Gina K Tidy Towel. So this is good for making sure you don't have any hair or stray dust on those bold stamps, and then for cleaning them off and cleaning your block. Optionally, you might want to have a heat gun just for drying up the wet paper and heating the amalgam ink if you want to before you start doing your coloring. It might be an issue of humidity where you live. And then just to get that stamp really clean, you might want to use something like the double scrubber that Gina carries. So you just have it wet on one side, dry on the other, but it's going to get some of these juicy inks out of those little fine details. All right, so let's get started getting this stamped. So you might want to do your background first and do your stamp over it. I am going to do the stamping first just because I want to make sure that I'm getting all the detail in this woman's silhouette before the paper buckles up. So I'm going to just place that Artist Choice paper on here. So you see it's framed here in a corner. So that's just going to fit right on there, and it's going to leave a tiny little white reveal all the way around. So that just looks really sharp, kind of like a faux little border there on an extra layer. And I'm going to go ahead and just close that door. And if you want to add your greeting now, you can, but I want to show you how you can have this work for both a portrait and a landscape style card. So I'm going to put my magnets down here. But I've got it pressed into that corner even if it moves. The stamp's still a little sticky even though I've made a lot of cards with it now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and ink this up with the Amalgam ink. I didn't use the new colors today other than the Amalgam just because I got my sample set in the mail before the new colors came out. But I'm going to be using those in future videos, I guarantee it. All right. So you get that inked up all over. And again, remember, if you miss a little spot or you have a little hair, stray hair, you can go back and re-ink it, and that's just going to make it that much darker. That's really nice for doing sentiments as well. All right, so we press all over, pull it away. Let me press just a little bit more. And I'm going to go back over it again. So you see, it's still a little bit spotty. So we're going to go back and we're going to do that again after I have done my Distress Oxide. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here for a minute, and I'm going to take my acrylic block, and I'm just going to tap these different colors onto the block. Okay, so I'm just going to get some on here. I'm just turning it around. And then we're going to do some of the purple. And you can layer these separately. Pick it up and then go back and add some of the blue and the green if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of tap them in there. Doesn't have to be exact. And then a little bit of this Peacock, which works so nicely with that Blue Lagoon. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just spritz this a little bit. Just make those colors run together and bead up. And then we're just going to take this and we're just going to press it down. See, and so you're getting that vibrant color on there. So see how vibrant that is? And that might be enough for you, but you might want to do a little bit more. I want to put in just a little bit more of this peacock feather. So I'm going to wipe this away, put on just a little bit. And so you can do this layering, so this is going to show up really vividly on top of that. And I want just a little bit right there. And I'm okay with that going over my image. Okay, but I've just gone all around it there. Now I'm going to just dry this up with the heat gun, just to flatten it out. This is thicker than the layering weight cardstock. But I thought this was just so nice for these particular greetings, whether we're lifting prayers, lifting hands, praying for you. Okay, now what we're going to do, I'm going to put this back in, and I want to put my greeting on here, but I want to show you when you layer this how you can make not only a landscape style card, but you can also make a portrait style card where it looks like you are lifting hands up to the heavens. So I just really like that versatility to be able to make your cards either way. So I'm going to lay this down here. You could dry it up a little bit more, but I want to go ahead and put my greeting on. Actually, I think I'm going to have this one go the opposite way. So I'm going to grab, I want to do, I think, a different one here. So I had lifting prayers on the first one. So I think I'm going to do lifting you up on this next one. I don't know if you noticed how many greetings there are, but I haven't been able to come to the end of where how far you can go with those greetings. There's just so many different combinations that you can make. Okay, so I'm going to do lifting you up, just like that. And, oops. Okay, so close this. And I'm going to ink up both the greeting and that silhouette again. The other day I kept getting a hair on it. I couldn't figure out why because there was nothing on the stamp. It was a little hair runner from, little thread from the edge of the pad. So I just did some quick surgery with my scissors and that got removed and remedied. All right, so I'm gonna go over this one more time. And then we'll make our butterflies. Okay, see how bright and vivid that is? Okay, now, and if you want to do it one more time, you can. So I'll do that one more time on the greeting. I actually missed that first little U part, so I'm glad I didn't pull those off. All right, so lifting you up. See, and it's kind of like rising there at the end a little bit. So again, if you don't have it completely straight when you put it on, kind of like the symbolism of that. So let's stamp up our butterflies. And this is just regular layering weight paper here. So I'm going to stamp on a few of these. So I've got front facing butterflies and side view butterflies. So you don't have to use, I'm just going to use the smaller block here. You don't have to use the silhouette on every card. I've got lots of different options here with the flowers, the butterflies, the crosses, and then tons of sentiments. Okay, so we've got that one. Do one more. And then these tiny little side view ones. And I'm going to just show you how to make one blue, one purple, and then one green. A little one here. I can't wait to see what the team is going to do, and I have so many other techniques, like I said, which I'm anxious to show you. All right, so I'm going to dry these up real quick. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to do a pink one, and I'm just going to add a little bit in here. And then I'm going to take this darker purple. Oops, went the wrong way. Make sure you have the lighter one that you're lifting the color off of. And then I'm going to take the darkest one. I'm going to put this just right here in the center. If you want, you can put just some little dots out here at the edge. Okay. And then we're going to do the green one. And I want to show you here how put on just a layer of this really light blue-green. And this would also be, these markers are really pretty with the new Tranquil Teal color. So I'm just going to pull that out at the center. And then just blend that just a little bit. Okay, so that's all I'm doing there. And then this last one, this looks really nice with the salty ocean. Put this on the little ones. And then accent it with, oops. I love this kind of like a cornflower blue. All right, so we're going to cut these out. And again, you don't have to use this many on a card. I did another one with lifting you up, and I just had a single butterfly. And so you can leave just a little bit of white around there so that you don't have to get your cutting just completely perfect. Also, it can kind of pop with that little white edge. But what you can do with this larger butterfly, the smaller ones are a side view, but you can also cut this in half to create two larger side view butterflies. And we're going to fold these in half so that you make them dimensional and they look like the little wings are fluttering. And then you can just play with how you want to position those on your card. So I'll cut out these last little two here. And they don't take much time at all to cut out. I was going to do it beforehand, but I knew I'd want to tell you other things about the set. So this set was inspired by all of my wonderful friends online, all the people that I spend time with in Bible study over the years, all of my mentors, just so many friends that I pray for, who pray for me. And it's just a set of love and encouragement. There are so many different occasions and times when I think you really need these type of sentiments and these type of images to help somebody with what they're going through or to celebrate answered prayer. So as you can see, I'm just bending these in half and then kind of rounding them with my fingers to fold them up. And then we're just going to take these tiny little foam squares. And some of them you might want to attach with the regular adhesive tape so that you have like a lower layer, so that you've got a second layer that's some are in the front and some are flat on that mat. And then this one I'm going to cut into two pieces, just like that. You might want to round that off a little bit since I trimmed that there in the middle. And then we'll just pop these two up and then adhere that to the card. So you might want to have yours where it is centered, but I kind of like the offset layers for this. What you could also do is you could have tilted layer, which is kind of fun with that lifting you up. So I think maybe that's what I'll do on this one since I didn't do that before. So I'm just going to adhere this black onyx. Love this little mini tape runner. It's so cute and easy to hold. So put that in the corner. And then if you want to adhere this one, oh no, am I out? No, it's not turning. I'm out. Okay. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to just attach this with my foam squares. Extra dimensional. It'll still fit in an envelope though. And then we'll just remove the backing. We have our blog Inspiration Hops with the team next week. So I hope you'll come and check those out. Have inspiration for this set on Monday. So then I would just lay these out. Just see where I want them all. I'm going to put one down here and then have, yeah, I think I like that. You don't have to use them all if it turns out that it's more that you really intended for your layout. It's always good to have more butterflies for other things. You could even put one down here. Maybe I'll do that. So that's just kind of fun, just making this huge group of butterflies, lifting that person up, lifting those pairs up. And then the last thing that I want to show you, I have a really, really special sentiment or quote in this set. So when I came up with the title for my blog, it was based on a quote that was actually in a stamp in a stamp store when I first started stamping. And it said it was by St. Francis of Assisi, but I found out later it was misattributed to him. But the quote is, "A woman who works with her hands is a laborer. A woman who works with her hands and head is a craftsman. But a woman who works with her hands, head, and her heart is an artist." And so that's what I want all of you to use as your inspiration, and know that that's what you're doing when you are creating these works of art and works of heart for your friends and family and loved ones. So I'm just going to stamp this on the back of the card. And I think it's just a nice little thing that you can put when you're going to sign your name. Okay, so I'm just put this right here. And so that's my blog, Hands, Head, and Heart, if you haven't been. And just sign your name. And that's it. So let me know in the comments which of these layouts you like the best. Where's the other one that I was gonna grab? I know I have another one over here. I don't know where it went. I have so many, there it is. I have so many cards on my desk right now. I've made so many things with this set so far. All right, so here we have one lined up, and then just that original landscape style card. So I hope you're excited about this set. I just have so much to share with you. Please come to the party if you can tonight at Stamp TV at 7 p.m. Central, and come back for our blog hops next week. Please visit my blog, Hands, Head, and Heart, for more ideas and inspiration using all of our stamp sets, and at Gina K Designs and Stamp TV. Thanks for watching. God bless.